Hello everyone, welcome back to another market review. I'll be going over what I was looking at today. I did take a trade today and unfortunately it was a loss even though the bias on the day was correct. Unfortunately the timing of the trade just wasn't, um, exactly right. But yeah, so on the day it was minus $713. So that's just under 1 hour. So yeah, really showing what I was looking at. Um, Overall in this daily chart, we have this new leg in price, and we just printed this daily fair value gap right here. So if we have a previous week high or previous day high SMT today, that would be grounds to look for lower prices back into that back into that fair value gap, because we hit external range liquidity. Now we could see us go back into internal if we have that confirmation. So when we go to the 6-hour chart, we can see that we did in fact have a previous week high SMT right here, NQ closing above previous week high, and ES and YM failing to take it out. So that is already giving us the idea that we could look for low prices. And also, we have a previous day high SMT with NQ also closing above, but ES and YM not taking it out. Now you can notice that we also have a previous day low SMT. However, because that's not in alignment with the overall narrative building today, I'm not paying attention to it. I'm filtering that out and just paying attention to these bearish SMTs. So today, the plan was pretty straightforward. I was bearish. The invalidation for my buys would be if we invalidated previous day high SMT. When we go to the news calendar, we have no news today, so I'd be looking for setups at 9 a.m. And my action plan would be a previous 90-minute high SMT at the open, because all assets close below previous session low. I don't think there's a previous session high SMT. So this was the loss that I had. I'll show it. Where is it? Right. So this was the loss here. So we had this red line indicates a previous 90-minute high SMT, and then we got that bearish change in state delivery right here, and it entered on this candle closure, targeting lower. And as you can see, I got stopped out pretty quickly on the next candle. And then if you notice here, we also got another re-entry right here. I didn't jump on this trade instantly because it instantly started pulling back, and I want to see how we reacted to the opening price of this order block that we created. So if we're going on the chart to help see it, I took this trade right here, and it was a loss. And then there was another kind of swept the high, and then there was a re-entry. So this is, I could have taken this, but I decided to wait a little bit, and because we started pulling back, I want to see how we reacted to this candle, which is now an order block. If we tapped into it and got rejected from there, I would enter, but we tapped into it and we just continued higher. And it was around this time that I decided to not trade anymore for the day, because for the most part, if you can see here, price had been pretty kind of choppy and lackluster. If you look at this, like, we're just slowly grinding higher. We got very weak kind of volume. Moves are getting bought back up, and small candles that were just grinding higher. This wasn't really a market that I felt too confident in. I mean, I took that stab and then I was monitoring it, but overall I just thought it'd be best to come back on a clearer day with better price movement, which is, you know, entirely valid. But something to note that I did note here is that afterwards we did have a new previous 90-minute high SMT right here, and a very strong displacement candle right here, change in state delivery, which was the correct trade. So overall, today's bearish bias did play out, but unfortunately the trade that I took just wasn't in the right timing. Nothing that I did inherently wrong today, just unfortunately it was on the right time. And the main takeaway that I think I gained from today was perhaps I should keep a better eye on how the trading day is going, because towards the end right here I kind of wrote off the day. I had one loss. I didn't like how price was just being really slow and grinding higher. I just figured to come back on another day fresh, which I completely understand, but it doesn't take much for that to change. So we have a new previous 90-minute high SMT and a very heavy displacement candle as an entry. So that would have, if I was paying more attention, I perhaps would have considered to enter here. So that's something to keep in mind, is if I have, you know, 2 shots at a, like if I give myself 2 trades in a day and I've taken one and it's a loss, maybe not be too quick to write off the day and just to stay in the session and see if anything clear presents, but also not force anything. Yeah, so that was about it for today. Nothing much else to add. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Overall, I think I'm down like 2.61 R on my funded account, which is, you know, a bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. We'll just have to keep going, stay true to the process and stay true to the plan, and just keep going, and eventually we'll see some profits. So yeah, hope this was insightful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.